to the FMN office. We got separated from our group. We got separated from our group. We're gonna go on left up here somewhere. So deep breath. They're not with us, right? That's not.
That is
it?
Yeah.
We're Rich and Robin.
And this is our midlife van.
So last year when I was watching a lot of our friends traveling down in Baja, I had mentioned to Rich we should bring the van down to Baja. And he said, no way.
No way. Out of ignorance, I was very against any travel into Mexico. And so we had a couple friends that kept on pushing us and, explaining how their travels have been and how beautiful Baja California is. And so finally, after a few times,
they sold Rich on the idea of Baja. So here we are.
And here we are.
A grain of sand goes on and I can't reach you now. We're forever lost together. There's nothing we can do. Our last endeavor against the weather has broken us in two.
Yesterday, we met up with Stephen and Alexis from Never Say Someday and 4 other vans outside the Anza Borrego Desert in California to prepare for a Baja caravan today.
This is our first time taking the van out of the country, and the first time we'll be traveling through Mexico, except for a short day trip in Tijuana years ago, and a Tijuana trip I took when I was younger that didn't go so well, but that's a story for another day. We'll be heading to cross the border at Mexicali this morning.
Now it's too late, we drift away through space and time. I was too dumb to fight it, I can't reach you now. We're forever lost together, there's nothing we can do. Our last endeavor against the weather.
Straight ahead.
10-4.
So green is yellow. And it's red.
Okay, I'm stuck behind at the light, but I'll catch up.
To the left here, this is the FMM office on our left here.
Headed to the FMN office. We got separated from our group. We got separated from our group. We're gonna go on left up here somewhere, so stay to the left. Here's the border crossing. We're gonna go into the office first.
You're drowning in my heart. Say goodbye to all.
So it took us just about an hour to cross the border, but only because some of our friends had issues with their FMM. Had that not been the case, we would have been through probably in 10 minutes.
Robin was in the van, and somebody came, did just a cursory walk around the outside of the van and kind of checked us off. But since it took so long, another guard came in and asked for an inspection and went through the van, but it was still pretty easy.
So the first guy just popped his head in real quick, and then the second guy actually opened up some of the cabinets, the refrigerator. Now to cross the border. Taking your picture. Did you smile? Almost! One more! We're coming! Woohoo! We made it!
All clear.
We made it in less than 1 hour. The biggest hiccup was the FMM office with the people that didn't have their printed receipts. Deep breath. Made it. Crossing the border was pretty easy for us. We prepared ahead of time. Not only did we have our insurance, we did pick up some pesos, though we didn't really need it before we got to San Felipe, but we picked up pesos ahead of time. and we filled out our FMM ahead of time online, printed that, but also printed the receipt, which seems to be required.
Yeah, maybe it's only a Mexicali thing, but from what we were reading, it seems like there's quite a few of the border crossings where you have to physically print out the FMM receipt.
They're not with us, right? That's not.
That is
it? Wow. What?
And there's somebody behind you.
Yes, there's like 3 of them.
Why you?
Left 2, please.
I'm in.
They probably were on a right. They were probably in this right lane.
Okay, back there.
Looks like they're getting over. Okay, the left 2 lanes. We're gonna go down. Highway 5. San Felipe.
Some man is back.
No wonder why you said goodbye in such a rush. I guess you had your thing to do again. These lonesome days, an ocean wide, a grain of sand goes on and I can't reach you now. We're forever lost together. There's nothing we can do. I'll last until
Up here to the right, wait for you guys.
Hola. ¿Cómo? Good. Yeah. From U.S. I'm going to San Felipe for vacation. Okay. Gracias.
Tope. That's what he said. Then he said it was weak. A weak tope. San Felipe. As soon as we arrived to the beach, 2 vans got into deep sand and 1 got stuck. Rich and Steven had to get them out with traction boards and Steven's Ram truck.
it's been a while. My anxious mind, my new best friend.
Here.
A bitter taste that lingers on my tongue. Now it's too
There you go.
we drift away. I was too dumb to fight it. I
Made it
can't
to San
reach
Felipe.
you now. We're forever
We're waiting our turn to park as we
together. There's nothing
get the Miami family out.
With
the holder in.
Against the weather, it's broken us in two.
There you go. There you go. All this made for an eventful day 1 in Baja. Made it to San Felipe to our camp. Got the Miami family unstuck. They're set up and there's our camp. So for a total of 3 hours, we drove. It took us as a group of 6, so we were a little slower driving. But from the time we crossed the border, we were in San Felipe for 3 hours. In 3 hours, it was pretty good.
It was relatively easy driving.
Crossing the border with a caravan led by those who have crossed multiple times was reassuring to us. We are glad we crossed with someone who had crossed previously. We already have friends asking us if we'd go with them when they cross the border for the first time. We're looking forward to exploring more of Baja over the course of the next several weeks.